glad to go ahead and get away for a little bit. But then, I actually thought about doing a space when I was on vacation. I'm like, yeah, that kind of defeats the purpose of being on vacation. Shout out to my man Nightfall. What's going on, Nightfall? I'm over there in YouTube. Lynn
Hey
starting up.
man, it's been busy. It's been busy. All the news that's out here, and especially here in Alabama.
Oh yeah. I saw some of the stuff going on in Alabama too, man. Like, yeah, you're right, man. It's been a busy news site. You know, the news never stops, no matter what, man. The news and everything else. So it's been busy. It's been crazy. As lately, like I said, I was on vacation. No Twitter Spaces, no podcasts, anything like that. So I had to come back, and I was gonna do it tomorrow. I said, well, let me go ahead and just drop it tomorrow. And then I was like, well, let's go ahead and get it started. Let's run it back on Sunday, man. I know a lot of our people Sunday that we don't have as many people on these spaces Sunday night, but I was like, for those that's on here, whatever, hopefully we can go ahead and get them to come up in here. What's up, 400? What's up? My man Nightfall already left a question on YouTube. He says, I would ask why Jennifer's always has black people's name in her mouth, but that's too easy. Never mind. Appreciate it, Nightfall. Thank you for welcoming me back as well, too, man. And Tony, we was talking about that earlier, like in a post, like everybody wasn't Friends a ripoff of Living Single anyway? Like this chick sitting up here running her yap with her. Didn't they just blatantly pretty much just steal the entire idea from Living Single and went ahead and put their little suburban yahtzee little show on TV? She's sitting up here talking all this noise and whatnot, but it was like a blatant ripoff of Living Single. Like, come on, man, get the hell up out of here. Go find Brad Pitt. Go worry about Brad Pitt. Set up here and put this man. Jamie Foxx was just sitting up here fighting for his life. This dude was just sitting up here fighting for his life. He sits up here, and all of a sudden, this chick done start a whole damn firestorm up here. This man minding his own business, didn't say anything about Jewish people, Hebrew people, or nobody else. And she goes up here and she starts this crap right here that's got this man name all up in the damn news and whatnot. Didn't say anything, didn't bother anybody, minding his own business. I'm gonna tell y'all what I think it really was. Shout out to my man Ray coming up in here too. I think a lot of people got pissed off with They Clone Tyrone movie. they didn't like the little jabs and the subtleness that was up in that movie. So, even though that movie's getting a lot of shots and it's getting a lot of love and whatnot like that, certain people didn't like the jabs that movie was having. So they decided to go ahead and probably just use Jamie as a damn punching bag. Like, just, okay, well, yeah, you had something to do with that. Because I believe, if I'm not wrong, was Jamie a producer behind that movie? Did he have some kind of writing credits or producer or something like that? So, this was just a way of taking a shot. It's like he's the latest black dude between 2022, 2023 to be labeled a damn anti-Semite. Like every black man now is anti-Semitic. So I'm gonna touch up on that article, matter of fact, too, because the article from Black Enterprise, and something in that article was very, very telling. I'm gonna get to that point. I'm gonna read that article because I want y'all to hear exactly what they were saying, what he may have to do this. Like they talking about the Anti-Defamation League, what they may require of him to do. I'm like, require? This is a grown ass man. What are y'all talking about require of him to do?
He ain't got that shit.
I'm
everything wrong. As far as I'm concerned, these small hats can kiss my ass. Now they want to call me anti-Semitic, but then you do it. Call me that. We tired of hearing about your anti-Semitic ideas and shit. Who the fuck y'all think y'all are? We have every right to say anything we want to about y'all the same way you say things about us. And that's the bottom line.
Hey, the Nightfall, he brought up an interesting point. He said that Jennifer might want some of Jamie. He was like, he's no longer dating Katie Holmes, so she might have a shot. Require of him. They're all required to kiss his ass. Like, yeah, I'm with you on that. Let me touch up on this article real quick. And the Lizzo thing, man. And Tony, I saw the comment what you said too. Like, yeah, the Lizzo thing. Man, I hope Lizzo, she got her a team of lawyers because she gonna need some lawyers with this right here. Because man, we hearing things about bananas and the tailpipes and all this other craziness. Like, yo,
goddamn, Lizzo a freak, man. I like freaky women though. I like I'm telling you, man, this story is such an interesting tabloid story, y'all. I'm telling you, it's just made up of so much shit. I don't know what to think of it.
Hey, Nightfall and Ref. Shout out to all my people over there in YouTube land, man. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and share the broadcast for the night. Go ahead. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the Newstoter YouTube channel. Share it, like it, leave a comment. Definitely thank all my people that's coming up in there. Y'all make sure y'all share that. My people coming up here in the actual space as well, too, man. Let me go ahead. I might as well go ahead and touch up on both these articles. Of course, I got to touch up on the Jamie thing. Oh, Professor, I'm going to read the article straight up off the actual site. So let me know when I get them. I'm going to start reading it. Let me know how the actual sound is. If you can hear me clear, because I want to go ahead and get it up. Shout out to everybody coming up in the space. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and share the space out for the night too. We back after a vacation. We're back in the house, so definitely go ahead and share the actual space out to your people as well too. So, can you hear me, Professor? You hear me, Professor?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay, let me go ahead and touch up on this. This is from Black Enterprise. It's up in the Jumbotron for those on YouTube. It's up in the actual description. You guys can check out the articles. It's up in the description for all my YouTube people as well. It says Jamie Foxx, fake friend post misread as anti-Semitism because white folks don't get black curriculum. Oh shit. Oh. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me get something to drink. Excuse me. You still can hear me, Professor?
I can.
I don't know what's up with my throat. If my throat goes out, y'all, excuse me. I'll be back battling some sinuses. Actor Jamie Foxx, who recently recovered from a health scare, was accused of anti-Semitism following an Instagram post in the early hours of August 5th. The post which appeared to be some kind of cautionary warning from Fox about fake friends, received backlash on social media. Jennifer Aniston, best known for her role on sitcom Friends, posted a stern reminder on her Instagram stories where she stands on the topic of anti-Semitism, U.S. Magazine reported. She wrote, "This really makes me sick. I did not like this post on purpose or by accident. And more importantly, I want to be clear, my friends and anyone hurt by this showing up in their feeds, I do not support anti-Semitism, and I truly don't tolerate hate of any kind, period." Excuse me, y'all. Like I said, my sinus is battling a little bit of sinuses. And what seems like an incredible misread of what Fox intended. Some online thought that Fox was invoking the idea that the Jewish people were responsible for the death of Jesus Christ and bear that guilt forever. It is unclear if there are any consequences or assignments from Fox from organizations like the Anti-Defamation League, but Jewish scholars and activists were not happy with Fox. Let me read that part again. Clearing my throat. It is unclear if there are any consequences or assignments from Fox from organizations like the Anti-Defamation League, but Jewish scholars and activists were not happy with Fox. Then it's unclear if there will be any consequences or assignments from Fox, from organizations, consequences or assignments from the Anti-Defamation League. Just let that kind of sink in a little bit. Brooke Goldstein, author of End Jewish Hatred, a manual for mobilization, wrote on Twitter X, once again a celebrity fanning the flames of Jew hatred on social media. This blood libel has motivated violent acts of persecution against Jewish people for centuries. As a fellow minority, Jamie should know better and how dangerous this is. I urge him to educate himself on the topic. The discussion online, particularly from Black Twitter, seems to be centered on the idea that this was not intended as a swipe at Jewish people or Jewish faith. Fox, in his apology, said as much to clarify, I was betrayed by a fake friend, and that's what I meant. That's what I meant with they, not anything more. I only have love in my heart for everyone. I love and support the Jewish community. My deepest apologies to anyone who was offended, Fox said in a statement with 3 emojis in succession. So let me get back to, can you still hear me, Professor? Okay, so you heard about the actual, they're talking about the assignments or whatever. I see like this guys for you guys on YouTube. It looks like the room might be freezing up as well too. I just got back. Professor, can you hear me? All right, let me.
Sound like you was kind of going out right there.
Yeah, it's like it was talking and then like everybody's picture just became like all you guys' picture went out. So you can hear me okay now, right?
Yeah, I can hear you okay now.
Yeah, like the picture. I don't know what happened. The picture just kind of like it was going out. Like everybody's pictures, like your profile pictures froze up or whatever. But yeah, man, they talking about assignments. Like what the hell assignment they talk? What requirements or assignments? Like this ain't school right here. What is a grown man? What is he required or assigned to do that? The Anti-Defamation League. Like what is he supposed to do? He's supposed to report to them, and they're supposed to have something in plan that he's supposed to do. Like you talk about buck breaking. Talk about like trying to just put somebody in their place. Like assignment. Like my man Knife also assignments like we're some kind of school children to be scolded by them or something. Like, yeah, like what in the hell are you talking about? This is a grown man here. Okay. Y'all went ahead and butted in. Jennifer Aniston had nothing better to do. She came up and it was like she was pushed up to do this. Like out of the blue, here she comes. How often does Jennifer Aniston really interact with black people? Where in the hell does she come from? Who in the hell is she? How is she all of a sudden sticking her beak up in something that's got nothing to do? Totally misreads exactly what this man didn't mention anything about Jewish people or this or that or whatever. And all of a sudden, he is now, like I say, he's been branded the face of anti-Semitism. And we've seen this with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people, black people over the past few years or whatever. Something is said, and all of a sudden, black people are the face of hatred. That black people are the true racists in the country. This out of nowhere, Jennifer Aniston came and stuck her nose in something she didn't know a damn thing about. And she helped to brand a man who was just from what from people were saying behind the scenes, and we don't know how true it was. And we can look at Jamie Foxx. She goes after a man who's just not recovering health wise. She brands him like that. And then Jamie immediately has to come out and issue an apology. Jamie has to come out in no time and apologize. Let everybody know this is not what I was talking about. This or that. This is that's not what I meant. I apologize. I'm not this. I'm not that. Out of nowhere, if he stands up and say, "Hey, go to hell," I ain't say nothing about this. You can go to hell. Then he would have been branded. He's already, and then they're sitting up here talking about you got somebody in the Jewish community talking about he needs to educate himself because he's a minority and this and that or whatever. He should know better. Like this. And I'm not big into conspiracies and all this other stuff, even though I do believe conspiracies exist. But this is like almost some kind of when people say like a ritual of breaking people and stuff like that. This is kind of what it kind of seems like. Out of the clear blue sky, here comes Jennifer Aniston. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I've ever seen a movie with Jennifer Aniston in my life. Friends, I never watched it. I only know Jennifer Aniston because she was with Brad Pitt. All of a sudden, here she comes out of nowhere. And all of a sudden, they're sitting up here, and now you got the big wigs in the Jewish community coming in here checking Jamie Foxx, putting him in his place, telling him what he needs to do, the assignments and the requirements. Like, man, if you don't get the hell up out of here, talk about some damn assignments and requirements. People call black people everything but a child of God, and there's no requirements and no assignments for anything. You're not required to come up here and kiss black ass and apologize for any other thing here. So what in the world are you talking about? Paris, I see you got your hand up, so go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey, how are you, Newstoter? Thank you for letting me speak. I want to say this. I know your space is recorded, so I'm going to try and say this around the bush. But I've always known the kind of woman the kind of person that Jennifer Aniston was. I did retweet something. I work here in New York, in Queens, and she reminds me 100% of my colleagues. And if you Google her ethnicity, I'm going to leave it there. Please Google her ethnicity, where her father's from. This is some shit that is real. The racism is real in that group, in my opinion and my experience. So, and I hope that Jamie Foxx is not damaged at all by this. Thank God Whoopi sustained her situation, and I'm hoping that his eyes are wide open. I do know a few people and a few things. I understand that there is an affinity there with the white community, but I also know Hollywood. Sometimes, a lot of our black actors and superstars, they have to kowtow to this bullshit. And I'm hoping that his eyes are wide open. And again, I urge you to all look at Aniston's ethnicity, and this is very commonplace. All right, thank you for letting me speak.
No problem. Thank you, Paris. The part too that I really don't like, I don't appreciate is, like I said, this man could have potentially, we don't know how even seriously ill Jamie was, could have been potentially just fighting for his life. Just what a week or two ago, just actually had an actual interview, letting people know what he's been through and how he's doing, and all of a sudden he gets blindsided with something like this. So you're fighting for your life, you're trying to get your health back in shape. You're trying to get your career back rolling, and all of a sudden, Jamie Foxx has never been considered somebody that really, let's be for real, Jamie's not militant. Jamie's never been considered some kind of big racist and this and that or whatever. And all of a sudden, you sit up here and it's like this was deliberately done. And when we talk about, we had an actual review for that movie, They Clone Tyrone, and we talked about all of the little secret things they had in that movie and how they were talking about society at large, and the way they were actually, the cloning black people was a way pretty much of also pumping money into destructive habits in the black community and putting certain people up on a pedestal so they can go ahead and they can stick it to black people and make this a generation type thing. And all of a sudden this heifer comes out of the clear blue with a damn, and she goes in and she's deliberately bringing attention, trying to get this dude canceled here. We're in the cancel culture, and she deliberately went ahead. See, he couldn't go in on her either. He couldn't go in and tell her to kiss his, you know what, because that just would have brought more drama. And people, well, why is she so defensive? Why, if he didn't mean anything about it, why is he taking that tone with that woman? Why is he being like that? Go ahead, Paris, you got it.
I just want to ask you, Newstoter, because I know you're very knowledgeable. What do you think about that picture? I call it the Klan meeting, Cooter and the Klan, and it was her. And if you look very closely at that picture, Jake Tapper was there in the back. Jake Tapper from CNN. I'm thinking, was she trying to, like, some type of, retaliation for her, the repercussions she got for that picture? It's like she intentionally, I agree with you. I think that she set him up. I think she did it on purpose to cleanse her name. But I also want to ask you about that picture there. There's a lot of people, if you look closely at that photo, there are a lot of folks in there, in the Hollywood, in the news game, who are part of this Klan meeting. So I just want your opinion on that.
I didn't, Paris, I'm be honest, sweetie, because I haven't been online as much. I was on vacation and I'm just getting back. So I've kind of been out of the loop. I've been having my ear to it. I've still been putting out content and putting out the news and stuff. So I have to be perfectly honest. I haven't been in the loop as much as I have. I've been trying to post stuff, but I've been so busy lately just coming back into town and trying to get everything running. So I definitely have to check that out. My personal feeling, and I'm telling you straight up what I feel, I personally feel like, hey, to me, this is just all a little bit too convenient. Like I said, that movie came out, and that movie, a lot of people, black and white, a lot of people dig that movie. A lot of people say, wow, this movie's kind of powerful. Like it has a sense of, it adds in the comedy and everything else to kind of keep people, kind of lulled a little bit while actually hitting you with some real knowledge. And to me, it seemed like somebody pushed this woman up here to do this. It seemed like she was pushed up here to do it. She had nothing else better to do. And my thing is, it's like Jamie Foxx has never been a threatening type individual in terms of he's never made demands of Hollywood in terms of doing this for black people or doing that for black people. So he's never been somebody that's really considered like a militant or anybody of that nature. So why are you guys so upset with Jamie Foxx, like to the point that you would sit up here and deliberately lie on this man and try to get him canceled? And that's what she did. And now she's getting drugged from here to high hell, and she deserves every bit of it. Like I said, this heifer sat up here and she was on a damn show that stole from black culture anyways, and went ahead and Friends was making money out the wazoo. Why they, every time he got a chance, they was trying to cancel damn Living Single, even though Living Single was a high rated show for Fox. So it's just that it's that Karen, it's that Susan, that Becky type energy this chick is giving off here. But I definitely I wish you had the picture. I would say I haven't okay, you got the picture. Oh, you put in a jumbotron. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I just want you to see all the white people there. It's like a clan meet. This shit really bothered me.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Hey, we know how these people meet at these with these organizations, these secret groups they have in Hollywood, the way these people roll and this and that or whatever. So I'm gonna be honest, nothing surprises me when it comes to this. Like I say, this just the whole way that this whole thing got started. It's like how people say like agents of chaos and distractions and stuff like this. Even though we're covering like what in the hell is this about? With the Kanye thing, people say, well, Kanye made remarks and this and that or whatever. He said this, he said that. Okay. Jamie Foxx didn't say anything anti-Semitic. And all of a sudden, it's just like, hey, we're going to go ahead and we're going to label him. We're going to target him. We're going to come after him. We're going to do this and we're going to do that. And like, where in the hell, where did this come from? Why all of a sudden was Jamie Foxx the man to get? Like I say, the brother just got off of his damn, just came back. Now, some people, and like we said with the conspiracy people, some people tied into the vaccinations and this and that. Oh, Jamie had that vaccine and this and that, and he came back, and maybe they're trying to get rid. I mean, I've heard all kind of stuff since I came back, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I'm like you. I find this really dangerous. Really dangerous to the point that. And I know Jamie has I know he has I know people saying, yeah, Jamie keeps a white woman, he keeps him a white girl and this and that or whatever. Hey, you got to be careful. Say it like that. You have got to be careful. Go ahead, Paris. You got it. Some other people up here, Pressure. I see you up here as well. No. Listen, sweetie. You.
I won't stay long, but you're hitting on so many points. I have to comment. I just feel if you look back, right? Let's go back for the past few months. Do you notice they're targeting our most influential African Americans, black people, whatever part of the diaspora? Do you notice that they're targeting our most influential black people? Anyone notice that but me?
It seems to be going after they're going after black men in particular, like with the vengeance as well too. To me, I'm seeing them really target black men. I know they did Whoopi Goldberg on the actual show she was on, but that they really seem to be targeting this whole. To me, it's trying to it's trying to get the whole racism thing out there. Like, well, if we can go ahead and we can say that the people that get their ass kicked the most in this country are the most racist, then really there is no racism. So to me, it kind of seems like that. And they use this old hag, this dried up, no talented hag here to come out of nowhere, out of left field with some nonsense. And like I said, people really should be upset with this. Like I say what you want to about Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx pretty much, stays to himself, does his thing or whatever. And to go ahead and this brother, they was writing this brother's eulogy a month ago. They was writing him off for dead. People talk about Jamie Foxx was paralyzed. He was blind. He was this, he was that. And all of a sudden, when this brother starts to come back, you can even look at the picture of Jamie Foxx. You can see that, hey, Jamie Foxx went through some kind of life-altering type illness, a situation here that seriously affected his health. All of a sudden, this heifer comes out of here, out of left field. Nobody's thinking about Jennifer Aniston. The vast majority of people in this country didn't watch Friends. That's probably 25 and the 25 to 30-year-old range know nothing about Friends unless their parents watched it or something like that. All of a sudden, this hag comes. She's able to get her some attention. She's able to get some limelight thrown on her at the expense of this brother here who, for what the media was trying to imply, was damn near on his deathbed. Like, what's up with that? Go ahead, Professor. I say you got it.
Yeah, thank you, that Newstoter, and shout out to everybody in the space. Good to see the family up in here. Glad to have you back, Total, man. I'm glad you had the time off to be with family, with your loved ones, friends, whatever you want to do, brother. But we're glad you are back to hosting the spaces. Like, this is where we know the family comes together to speak on all issues. And so, with that being said, I just want to say salute to the Black Americans here in Montgomery, Alabama. Because when you look at the story, like what we're reading right now with Jamie Foxx, where they're attacking another black man in America, which they do every day. And of course, even for the sisters, y'all being attacked every day too. What you saw in Montgomery, Alabama is a prerequisite to what we can do when there's unification with black men, black women, black children, all together. Because when you look in the video, y'all, what do y'all see? Black men, black women, and children whipping white folks' ass all over that video right here in Montgomery, Alabama. I want y'all to take that video and apply it to what we're talking about here tonight with what they're doing to our brother Jamie Foxx. Because this is what they do to all of us. They play these games, and this is why we got to start pushing back. And that's what I want everybody to take from the video that happened here. This is the prerequisite to what we can do. I just want to say that, and I'm going to land right there.
But Professor, and appreciate you coming in, chiming in on that. My thing with this here too, Professor, like I said, you're talking about a man who was just what they say was gravely ill at that. You know, like it's not like Jamie was his regular self. Like, yo, you coming after a dude that was just potentially fighting for his life. And all of a sudden you go ahead and you're throwing dirt on him. In Paris, I just saw that picture. Like, yo, I don't know what the hell that is. That looked like some that. Oh Lord, I don't even want to say what it looks like. It looks like some occultic type. But anyways, it looks crazy. It does. It kind of looks bugged out, to be honest. That little picture there. But thank you, sister, for posting that. Yeah, this dude just getting back, and here they come with this nonsense here. I see we got Shantae up in the house. Shantae up in the house. And guys, I'm gonna touch up on this thing with Lizzo too. I was on vacation and I wanted to touch up on that too. And I'm like, damn, like if I had been around, like I definitely would have been touching up on that, because that Lizzo thing too, man. That is Lizzo. Like I said, Lizzo, I hope you got a good legal team, because sweetie, you're gonna look like you're gonna possibly need it. Go ahead, Shantae. How you doing tonight?
Newstoter, good to see you. I mean, good to hear from you.
What's up?
Pleasure. What's up? You know, so I can never pronounce your name, but I know your real name. So, hey, everybody in the space. Can I say something real quick? And don't take me to be offensive, but here it go. If the Jewish community is mad at anybody, like, yo, they kind of did a lot of shit to people back in the day, and then a lot of shit happened to them, just as well as us. If anybody ever speak on us again, I wish that we have the same privilege that they do, and everybody in the other community do too. I don't want nobody to ever speak on us again. So when the Jewish community were like, oh, you're going to say Jewish and we killed Jesus. Yeah, y'all did. It's not a secret. Everybody know it. Yeah, we know all the trials and tribulations and everything that y'all went through. But then again, y'all put that same harm onto other people. And what I could say is, when we get our shit together, I wish nobody could ever speak on us again. Don't even say our name. No more. I want to be protected the way they protect them. Is it okay for me to say that?
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
That's how I feel about us. Because over here in New Jersey, where I'm at, I didn't even know Jersey had that much fucking slavery going on. But you could feel the tension. But when you go down to South Jersey, you could feel it. You see all different type of things. Like you see parks and lynching things, and you just feel really uncomfortable when you go down there. Like, I'm supposed to be down here. And everybody marked their territory. I cannot wait till we mark our territory. and be like, no, you can't come around here. The only thing that's messed up when it comes to us, they throw everybody on top of us and they start, excuse me, calling our shit sanctuary cities. Now, if you work for the city or the government, you can't say nothing about a sanctuary city. Like, we always get moved out and displaced. I want to be just like the white people, have your own shit. I want to be just like the Hispanics, have your own shit. I just want to be just like the Jewish community, have your own shit. And can't nobody else say nothing else about us. Leave us alone.
Thank you, Shantae. Let me go ahead and get back to Paris. Paris, I'm gonna let you go ahead, and then after you, Paris, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna touch up on the Lizzo situation as well too. I want to hear what you guys think about the whole situation with Lizzo. I know. Let me just say this: I know a bunch of you, everybody up in the space are not Lizzo fans. You may have some Lizzo fans up in this, so if you are a Lizzo fan, no disrespect to you, but I know a lot of people that we rock with on Twitter, they have a issue with some of the antics they feel like Lizzo does on stage in terms of her performances and everything. She's a talented woman, and I don't think she needs to do all of that what she does, because she does have the talent. She can sing, she's able to play an instrument and everything else like that, and I believe her talent would just shine through. Nonetheless, we know Lizzo. We've seen at the Laker games with the actual thong on, and we seen her strip down and play a little flute online on stage as well too. So that said about Lizzo, just because she does those certain antics, she's accused of this stuff right here. The allegations, we don't know if they're true or not. So, anything else, we just kind of have to wait and see. But I definitely want to touch up on that as well too. So, Charles, I saw you with the little face, the smiley face. But hey, it is what it is. Like, I don't know, but it's some wild stuff been thrown around. So, like I said, I know she's got a high power lawyer. I think she has one of the same lawyers that Bill Cosby and somebody else had as well too. So this is going to be very interesting. I don't know if Lizzo is going to have to. Maybe this might be something that she can settle out of court, but she may need to have a good lawyer and also have that checkbook on hand as well too, because she may be cashing some checks pretty soon right here. But go ahead, Paris, you got it.
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to piggyback on what Shantae said. And thank you, Shantae. I live here in Queens, and I know what you're talking about. I just have to say, us, Black Americans, we do have our shit together. Unfortunately, the representation is different in the Jewish community. Jewish community has a lot of attorneys. This is not a stereotype. I'm not trying to be funny. They have a lot of communities. They're represented in many industries, entertainment being one of them. So I think as far as people speaking out, especially in the entertainment community, which I know for a fact, Black people are very hesitant about doing it, as well as other areas of business. As an educator, I know I see it here in New York, and people are hesitant against speaking out against these people because they do have a large representation in our community. So I'm very happy for Benjamin Crump, and I'm very happy to have him in our community speaking out. But if we could have at least 500,000 more of those, we'll be great. I see him online every day. He's representing another group. We need more of that. And then, I think the equality will be there. So that's all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. I see my girl Stephanie's up in here. Now, Stephanie, I know you're going to go in on this topic as well, too. So I definitely want to hear what you got to say. I'm going to get to you real quick, Stephanie. I just want to touch up on this Lizzo fiasco that's going on, and then you go ahead and you can get it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read that article real quick. It's up in the Jumbotron, too. It's also from Hip Hop DX, curator on Newstoter.com platform. So let me go ahead and touch up on that real quick, and then I'm going to get to Miss Stephanie as well. So give me 1 second, guys. I don't have the articles on hand like I normally have them, so I'm going to the actual site. Professor, can you still hear me?
I can.
Okay, let me go ahead and get to this article real quick. Let me get to this article real quick, guys. It says Lizzo hits back at former dancers. Sensationalized sexual harassment. Lizzo has released a statement denying the allegations made against her by three former dancers. Earlier this week, a trio of dancers who worked on Lizzo's special tour sued the singer over alleged sexual harassment, fat shaming, and creating a hostile work environment. Lizzo fired back on Thursday morning, August 3rd, saying that the stories making the rounds from her ex-dancers are sensationalized and have hurt her. Usually I choose not to respond to false allegations, but these are unbelievable as they sound too outrageous to not be addressed, she wrote on Instagram. These sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. Sometimes I have to make hard decisions, but it's never my intention to make anyone feel uncomfortable or like they aren't valued as an important part of the team. I'm very open with my sexuality and expressing myself, but I cannot accept or allow people to use that openness to make me out to be something I am not. Professor, you still hear me okay? Let me know. Can you hear me, Professor? Check. I don't know. You know how these spaces are. You can still hear me, Professor, okay? Stephanie, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I was just making sure, Professor. I was checking with Professor if he could hear me, but I don't know if Professor may be having some issues with his mic.
I can hear you.
Okay, Professor. I just wanted to make sure because sometimes when I actually go to these sites, there's an issue with it sometimes with the actual reception. So to make a long story short, guys, let me go ahead and just finish that real quick. But yeah, Lizzo, she has quite a bit of she has some situations, and says she continued, there is nothing I take more seriously than the respect we deserve as women in the world. I know what it feels to be body shamed on a daily basis and would absolutely never criticize or terminate an employee because of their weight. Her response can be seen in full below. And read that Lizzo is reportedly being represented by powerful Hollywood lawyer Marty Singer in the case, who has repped high-profile figures like Chris Brown and Bill Cosby, among others in the past. In their suit, the former dancers claim Lizzo pressured them into interacting with sexual performers in Amsterdam and Paris while on tour. More specifically, the Amsterdam bar is a spot where new performers are known for using bananas in sexual acts with customers. Williams and Davis became Lizzo's dancers after competing on her Watch Out for the Big Girls Amazon Prime series, and they claim they were fired this past spring. Beyonce seemingly took note of Lizzo's legal troubles and notably admitted name-dropping the singer while performing Break My Soul Queen Mix doing a stop on her Renaissance tour earlier this week. So yeah, a lot of different things been hurled her way. So we'll see exactly what's going on with Lizzo in that situation. We will definitely keep you guys up to date. I have a feeling that this is going to be perhaps a little bit drawn out. So we'll see how everything pops off. I don't know. Lizzo, I don't know if she's going to try to settle anything real quick or just say, hey, we'll take it to court, but we'll definitely keep our eyes on that. I see Original up here. Original, what's up? I'm going to get to you, but I know Stephanie had her hand up, and I got you, Original. Stephanie, you still want to go ahead and speak? Or are you good? Or let's see if Stephanie, I don't know, she may have stepped away from the mic.
I'm here. I'm sorry about that.
No, you good.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. You got it.
Okay. I just wanted to say thank you for having this chat. Oh, gosh. Can you let Original Blood go? And I will get back as soon as Original Blood speak because I'm at work right now.
Okay. Right? No issue. What's up, Original?
Hey, man, we busting up the kitchen up in here today. Shoot.
Yeah, we trying to.
Yeah, just put my potato casserole in the oven, and I'm ready. I'm ready to rock with it. But anyway, let me get to these small hats. Now, these small hats, they always want to talk about other people. Now, in what was that? In 2018, one of the parasite degenerate preachers over there in Israel
is it, or some people say, is it real? We all know it's false. Call black people monkeys. See, they don't talk about how what they do to people. Hold on, there we go. Get the timer set over here. They don't talk about what they do to people, and they don't apologize. And they have this this holiday called Purim or something like that, whereby in 2022, the so-called organizers of this whatever community is supposed to be, I call them fake, because what they did, they was telling their people now, in this little holiday that they have, that do not go out here wearing blackface. Now, they do this stuff to black folks and others. This is why people ran their asses up out of Europe. Nobody want, everywhere they go, they bring in the drugs and the vice, the prostitution and all of that. That's why people don't want them around now. And you had, you had that, and then you had, whereby you had the Ethiopians, whereby the Ethiopians, they was over there, and they said that they have never been treated right by these savage people, and so there was an article that or something hit Twitter where they were talking about standing with America, standing with Israel. I responded by saying, well, both of y'all are racist as hell. I don't give a damn about either one of us. And then they said, well, we invited the Ethiopians in, and I said, yeah, but you invited them in, but you treated them like they wasn't human. And if you go online, you can see whereby now I found that, and I'm all over the place. I'm cooking and doing everything else here tonight. But they want to tell everybody that if you type this into a search engine, Ethiopians, we have never been treated equally, and that's from the Jerusalem Post. So y'all may want to point that up now, because when we start talking, stuff start disappearing. So they want to try to act like they did the Ethiopians a favor, but see what they did with the Ethiopians. See, back in the 90s, I was at a forum, and this Ethiopian sister was there, and she was looking for some help from the community, because see what they did was when the Ethiopians went over to is it real? We know it's fake. Well, I know it's fake. I just say I know it's fake. They wanted the Ethiopians to get rid of their scriptures and take on their garbage. Ethiopians said, hold up. Say, our ancestors left us this. Say, what you got isn't right. And then when the Ethiopians did that, they've been talking about them treating them like as if they was less than human ever since. That's who these people are. Because there is an article that I had gotten. It's called "The Myth of a Judeo-Christian Tradition." Did you all know that this so-called Judeo garbage, it started back during World War II to try to show stronger bonds between America and I know what's false over there. Okay? And so within this article, they cited that Christians pray to their God. They don't pray to the Christian God. That's the arrogance of these people. And that's why a lot of people don't like them. So, so I'm like, but I tell you, when they put that thing out there about, America stands with Israel and da-da-da-da, man, I went in so hard, they start blocking me again. They can block all they want to, but I think what's going to have to happen is that black people are going to have to get a spine. So when they start talking about this so-called anti-Semitism, as Kyrie Irving said, I really went in when they was going after Kyrie. Kyrie said, I can't be anti myself. And so they were like, see, they didn't know what to do. That's why they backed up off Kyrie, because you had Kyrie Irving. I can't think of the brother's name, but the Hebrews to Negroes, that was a phenomenal documentary. If you haven't seen that, you need to see it. The brother went in deep on that documentary. See, they got mad because they've been going around the world telling lies about who they are, and those of us that do a little reading, we know that they're fake. They're not real, but they want to tell you, and they want to tell you how you should live. But yeah, man, these people. When I saw your space, I started trying to pull up stuff because there's an article from. Let me see if I can find it. There's an article from The Atlantic. It's still online, so look this up, Brother Ray and all y'all. The problem with the Judeo-Christian tradition. That's from the Atlantic. But I would suggest pull it up quick and save it if you can, because y'all know when we start talking, stuff start disappearing. But I just want to say that because see, this group always want to come out there and they say all kind of pejorative stuff about black folks and think that we're not supposed to. Man, y'all remember when what's that old ugly Jew girl name? The one did the blackface. She was on Saturday Night Live.
Sarah Silverman.
Yeah. They didn't go after her and tell her she was wrong. And guess what I found out though? I was conducting some research and found out that in the 2010s, they were doing more blackface than any other demographic. And then the article said the reason, check this out now, the reason that they was doing the blackface is that they was trying to take the target off of their back and put it on black folks' back. Those are the savages that I know of from those people. They come out and act as if they don't do anything to other people, but they do. They do this stuff, and they've been doing. But see, unfortunately for our high-profile people, they won't stand up. If you gave them this information to defend themselves with it, they wouldn't use it. They're too chicken to use it. But me, on the other hand, you come at me, I'm coming. I'm like Donald Trump. You come at me, I'm coming at you. Yeah, but yeah, they were doing more blackface than any other group. Now, isn't that something? And they want to come at Jamie Foxx because he posted something, but they are the ones who have always attacked other demographics, and then they get an attitude when they're called out. So I just wanted to put that out there so that if people, just start looking at how. And there was one article I couldn't find. I thought it may be on my backup drive or something somewhere, but there was at one point they was over there in Is It Real? But I know it's false. They was calling the Africans or black people, whatever you want to call them. They was over there calling them niggers. Oh yeah, they attack them, but I think the real reason they attack them because they know that the scripture that they have is not real, but what the Ethiopians have is real. The Ethiopians have, I think, some of the oldest, if not the oldest scriptures on the planet. And you want somebody to take on your garbage, just like that old preacher over there that was calling black folks monkeys. And yeah, people, I already know. I know what they call their preachers, but see, I'm deliberately being disrespectful because I really don't give a damn. So if you're going to attack us, there are those of us, we are going to attack you. And if you don't like it, that is not our problem. That's your problem. Because that's how these people are. They are known to go out here and attack people and then turn around and say, I didn't do it, so-and-so did it. Just like when, so I just want to put that out there on the record so anyone that want to go out there and look at it, they can see. But the one article, this one that I have, the main one that I have, I may have to email to somebody or whatever. But that's the one that I like the most, where they were saying that they did not pray to the Christian gods, and the Christians prayed to their God. That's the arrogance that these people have. And that's why people around the world don't like their asses. Because they're always doing something to attack other people and want to act like they haven't done anything. So I don't know if you all had ever heard of any of the information I just shared with you, but if you haven't, I would start doing research on how they are attacking the Ethiopians in And is it real? But I know it's false. And other people, because I don't know if y'all heard of this old that Yahoo boy, he was appealing to the African, trying to be a part of the African Union. I said, if y'all let this degenerate, low-down parasite into y'all business, then you deserve what you get. I mean, that's how low down these people are. And let's not forget, they was helping the South African get those diamonds out of South Africa during apartheid. Yeah, they got a very shaky history, a very nasty and low down history when it comes to black folks. Yeah, we know that they did that. And I just wanted people to know, because see, some people, unfortunately, now I'm not knocking anybody's religious belief, but some people see these people in a certain way because of a religious belief. And like it has been said over and over and over, the Jews killed Jesus. That's what I was told. They said the Jews killed Jesus. So you can get mad all you want to, but just like y'all can sling it, we can sling it too. And we got the evidence. See, that's why I don't know if y'all saw that video where Minister Farrakhan, when they wanted him to start telling lies, they invited him to a dinner, and they wanted him to. They told him, they said, well, you know, we can write very favorable things about you for history's sake. See, they wanted him to denounce that book, The Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews. And he told them, he said, look, what I wrote, what's in this book, it came from your archive. This is not something that I wrote. It came from your archive. See, they don't want the truth to be told about them, because they know that the world will respond to them unfavorably. But Minister Farrakhan told him, well, basically, I'm paraphrasing. He said, y'all can write what you want, but the book stands. He said that he could not stand before his people and tell them that and denounce this book when it came from their information. See, y'all see how sick and demented these people are? These are nothing but truly racist parasites, and they don't like black folks. And they didn't get mad. They didn't say anything when Howard Stern go around calling people the N-word. They didn't say anything when he was going up there wearing blackface. Oh man, we hit when that was going on with Kyrie. Oh man, we hit them with everything. We didn't just throw the kitchen sink at them. The kitchen sink at them. We threw the whole damn house. That's how bad it got. And I really didn't give a damn. I didn't give a damn about it either. But I just want to share that, because I tell you, this is something else that this one group of people think that they have a control over religion and everything. Bow down to them. I'm not bowing down to Sugar Honey Iced Tea. I know it's space and recorded, but I wanted to share that with y'all. Send me whatever happened in Montgomery, Alabama, because I missed that, man. So you need to send that to me. But I don't know for now. But I just want to put that out there so people can understand that these people are not who they say they are. They are fake. They are fraud. And the world needs to know that they are fake and a fraud in our land.
All right, thank you, Original. Stephanie, I know you had your hand up, but I know you said you was at work, so I don't know if you want to speak right now. If not, we can always. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you for having this space. Salute and shout out to everybody in the chat room. And as far as the anti-Semitism is concerned, there was a video that was out a few years ago about from an Israeli intelligence officer, and she happened to be a top-ranking female official of the Israeli government. And she said that Jewish people, mainly in the States, use the term anti-Semitism as a way to deflect from their racist practices and to guilt people into not saying negative things about them or harming them in any way. So I just tried to look for that video as backup, and that video is nowhere to be seen. Okay? These people have long practiced anti-Black racism, especially in the New York City area. They've been raising sand ever since Jesse Jackson called the New York Jaime Town. So, he's been on their hit list ever since. We're going through a process of gentrification. Okay, I'm going back into the topic of Jamie Foxx, but this is they like to use a lot of word play on words just to throw them, to throw people off of their tracks, so to speak. These are the only group of people that can do things to other groups of people, and then when you call them out, they cry and they scream and yell anti-Semitism, or you're racist, or you're this, or you're that. It's just a way to throw you off their trail. Okay, they've always done this. They've been doing this for decades. We got to stand strong on them. We can't let them go with the stuff that they've done. And when you get the time, everybody look up the Cohen family of South Carolina. They were a group of a Jewish Confederate family of South Carolina, and they were known for having slaves. And of course, it's been said that a lot of us do have a lot of Jewish ancestry as well. But they have done a lot of shady practices towards us. And like I said, there has been a lot of fires in New York City over the past 15 years, and I always found them suspicious. Okay, and a lot of the buildings are owned by that specific group of people. So a lot of them they're still investigating and what have you. Just recently, we just lost a young mother and her child in one of those fires, not far from where I live at. So the whole idea is to uproot Black folks, get white people in, and raise the rent to $4,500. Okay? Where I was living at before, I had a friend. She was living in one of their buildings, okay, because they own about 80% of the real estate here. Well in the 80s percentile of real estate. They were trying to get her out of the building also. She put up a good fight. One day somebody knocked on her door, and he was dressed up as somebody from a gas company, right? She opens the door, the guy grabs her by the throat. He nearly takes her and flings her off the roof. He looked at her, he saw the fear in her face, he seen that she was pregnant, and he said, "It's not worth it, just move out," and he walked out the door. No cops called, no description, nothing. So this is the type of people that we have to deal with on a regular basis. Black people in New York City, we've been long arguing about that specific group of people, but nothing is done, nothing is said. It's hard enough for us to even get real estate here, and like I said, look at Mayor Adams, look at the deputy mayor, look at all these politicians that's running in New York City, okay? The politicians there, you always see that specific group of people standing right behind them. You'll always see that. Why? Because they support their campaign as long as they promise Black people nothing. Because according to their religion, when their Messiah comes back, we're supposed to be their servants. Okay? Which is one of the reasons why they are so up in arms against us getting reparations. They're very vocal about it, them and the Asian community. So these are the people that we definitely have to watch out for, because they are deceptive. They're the only group of people I know that can walk up into a police precinct and smack up the cops, and not one person gets arrested for it. Threaten people's homes, apartments, everything. The stories I can tell you about these people will go on for days. Okay? They're looking for money. They like to rob the Black community. They love shaking us upside down and shaking every piece of change that's in our pockets. This is why Michael Jackson called them parasitic. He called them parasites. He had a private conversation with someone, and someone recorded this conversation and made them public. And they made Michael Jackson apologize for it. And, like I said, they've done that with him. He was ordered to apologize. They've done that with a few other people. They made them apologize, made $500,000 donations to their organization. And right now, what they're trying to do is they're trying to force Black children to go to the Museum of Tolerance every year for the next 5 years. Now tell me that's not sadistic of how they think. We really need to tread lightly when it comes to people like that. Okay? These people are on our heels. They make all kinds of grants, illegal grants. They get all kinds of money from the government. No one says anything. But they make it hard for people like us when we're trying to do something positive. That's just like how they're trying to go after Jamie Foxx. It's that time of the year. They need another donation to their museum fund so they can build another museum. They'll probably put one in the Black community. You never know. This is how maniacal these people are. You cannot trust them. Jesus was right about them when he said they were liars and worshipers of Satan. Because thousands of years ago, before they even started worshiping God, they was worshiping a goat-headed god called Moloch. So these people are very deviant in their behavior, and it's not far removed. But they want to put the negative energy out on the very same people by using media. And this media information goes all over the world, and it highlights Black people in a very negative light. They've been doing this for generations, and they've been getting away with it. But they're not showing what they do to the Black community. And they often do it. And then turn around and say, oh, we stand in solidarity. They were the ones that started the NAACP, the National Urban League. And for the first time, the National Urban League had a Black president. Tell me what's wrong with that picture. My aunt is a retired police officer, and she said they paid off the city's mayors, Black leaders, and anybody Black that's got some kind of pull in the community. They tell them not to say anything, don't promise the Black community anything, we'll pay you a fee. But don't sell houses to these niggas. The irony in that, to tell a Black person to not sell homes to another Black person, or to not sell them to niggas, and say that in their face. This is the type of people that we have. We live in their buildings, unfortunately. We work for their companies. So this is how they have us up against the wall. This is why a lot of Black people don't like to be open and outright with them, because they know that they have them by the throat. It's just so much I can say. It's just too many hiccups when it comes to that specific group of people. They tried to make part of New York their own country. They went to the White House, to the Capitol, to try to put in a request to make that their own country in the United States. And the United States supposedly turned them down. It's either Muncie, New York, or it's either Rockland County, because it's a high concentration of them in both of those areas. And if you don't believe me, look it up. But for right to say, thank you.
All right, thank you, Stephanie. T, I know you had your hand up as well too. Did you?
Yeah. I ain't got nothing good to say. We had a festival 2 weeks ago in Detroit, right? The African World Festival and shit. So my boy owned a couple on the T-shirt shop. So I got a shirt saying I'm racist, and on the back it said I'm anti-Semitic. Now, imagine Detroit is like damn near 95% Black. So the white folks that were down there was avoiding our festival that was ripping from. But they was, all in the middle of this, little downtown area. So I'm walking around, the white guy was like, hey, he's about to say something. Then he looked around and put his fucking head down. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm from, we hate the motherfuckers. I ain't gonna lie to you, we hate these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like the sister said, they got a lot of us by the bars with their punk ass companies and they buildings and shit. So that might make the nigga bite his tongue a little bit. But it's gonna come a time where, like my man said prior, motherfuckers gotta grow some balls, man. You know what I'm saying? Do unto them. You know what I'm saying? Reverse that propaganda ass white supremacy tactics that they've been using for the last 100 years on us and shit. They not gonna do nothing. We Black folks make too much money individually to be worried about these motherfuckers and shit. You know what I'm saying? You multiply 1.8 trillion by the last 20 years. It ain't nothing 40 million of us. Just multiply, do that shit on your calculator. That shit gonna say blah 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 infinite. You know what I'm saying? And they know that. They know that. Just a quick spin of the money, the direction that the money is going will shut them down and empower us. And they know that. But we got Christians, we got the older folks, we got the fear of what happened 100 years ago, all running through our veins. You know, psychologically, you know how you get a sheepdog, and the sheepdog is born. The mother doesn't teach the sheepdog how to herd the sheep. You just go out there and do it. Our synapses is way more complicated than a fucking canine. So whatever happened 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, 400 years ago, is still in it. So to fight that shit, you gonna have to dispel them spells that they're putting on us through this fucking this frequency on these TVs and these radios. So basically, they fucking mind control people. I can do a lot of people. 90% of it's mind control by this radio and this TV, and they know that shit. They know them frequencies. Because if you look at the back of the thing, TV, it has a frequency code on it. They can turn it up just a little bit. They can basically turn you into a walking Manchurian candidate if they want to, but by law they can't do it. They can only do enough to make you want to be a consumer. But they can make you go kill somebody if they bump that frequency up enough. So to fight them frequencies, man, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us gonna have to just go out there and say, fuck what they gonna do. They ain't gonna touch me. Nigga, good luck with that, baby boy. I'm telling you now, you know what I'm saying? And Detroit an open carry state, so there ain't too much they can do physically. You know what I'm saying? Even the white cops is looking like that. Black cops laughing like a motherfucker. And the white folks wanted to say something, but they thought about it and was like, damn, we can't say shit. Just last year, we had the Irish little thing. These niggas took over their little pub, white boy outside talking shit. Nigga walked to him and stabbed him in the fucking stomach. I'm gonna post that shit on this motherfucking thing. White dudes walked to him and plucked his ass in front of the cops. Disappeared in the crowd. The cops like, oh shit. You know, it could have been worse. But them white boys back the fuck up. You running your fucking mouth. And the white bitches tell them, hey, y'all need to be quiet down here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to be really quiet. White boys loud as hell, talking shit, rah, rah, rah. And then it's like, hey, bro, you're not going to make it home tonight, my nigga. My man got plucked. You know what I'm saying? Could have been worse. Could have followed him home, blew his house up. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna have to be typically on. Fuck all this. You're not Democrat, you're not Republican. None of this shit for you. I'll be hearing motherfucking grown ass men and women trying to decipher the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. You wasting all your brain power on something that ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? Your vote don't count. It counts for them, not for us. Unity, spending your money with these motherfuckers. Unity without and not having unity and spending money with these people was fucking us up. You know what I'm saying? They broke our unity down during that crack era, man. That's our generation. We all confused the shit. Then the integration era came before us, before the crack era. So now we think we made it. Think you can buy a nice house, blah blah blah, eat at a white restaurant. You know what I'm saying? It's all mind control. They made us go to the white restaurants and say, fuck our own restaurants. They made us go to the white schools and say, fuck our own school. When we say, fuck your own school, that leads the dope dealers to teach the kids and be the fucking, the inspiration to the kids. That's why these kids are killing each other, because ain't no grown man or woman going back. Be like, hey, dog, y'all need to fucking go be an engineer. Y'all need to go be a doctor. You need to go be a dentist. You need to go be a plumber. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So it's on our, this is our Black Power movement right here. And ain't no right way to do it. Any way works. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling y'all, man, you gotta deprogram yourself, man, for having fear for these motherfuckers and respecting their shit. You cannot respect these people. Don't teach your kids not to respect them. They got here off a lie. All these motherfuckers are lies, dog. Every last one of them is a fucking lie.
Try to slow down on some of the cursing, man.
My bad. I keep on forgetting. You know, I get hyped and stuff. But everything they stand for is a lie, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to have hatred in your heart for your enemy. That thou shalt not love, you see how they got it? Thou shalt not love your hate your enemy. It started from birth, dog. It started from birth. Then they pay him up. They pay somebody, hey, you know, like Sis said, they pay a high-end somebody up in the Senate or whatever, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you $500,000 to pass this bill and make sure these black folks don't get up in this thing. Get up where be because they living off our plight is their mic. You know what I mean? Us not having no money is what's making them get money. Us not having no money is basically like a poor white or a poor Jewish or a poor anybody can say, oh, I'm starting me a company. Get a loan from a company. Next thing you know, he got a dang multi-million-dollar manufacturing facility because he hired a bunch of people who don't have no dang on money. See how they playing us? Any one of us can start a dang on manufacturing company. If you got a skill, any type of engineer or machinist skill, you like, I need 3 or 4 CNC machines. Go get a loan. I need employees. You know your man ain't got no money, so I'm gonna hire him. That's how they. That's basically how they do. You know, everybody needs to get off this whole trying to decipher what these Democrats and Republicans doing. We already got the angle: reparation, separation, protection, defending, blah blah blah. We got it. Leave it that simple. Everybody trying to add all this other stuff in there. What we need to do. You don't know what we need to do because it's never been done before. So what you talking about? Complicate a situation that's already here. You know what I'm saying? So that's about it.
All right, appreciate that, brother. And I want to ask everybody's opinion too, because like I said, I know we've been talking about the Jamie Foxx situation, but I haven't heard anybody in the space say anything about the situation going back with Lizzo. First, let me see, Professor, you back in the space? Okay, I know you was having some issues. You and DJ both. Y'all back up in the space? Okay, or not? DJ Professor, can you guys hear me?
Okay, I'm back in.
Okay, DJ, he might
Yeah,
be.
I'm back in.
Okay, good to know you back in, Professor. I know DJ may be having some issue, or he may be doing something as well too. So yeah, I want to hear people's thoughts on the actual Lizzo situation as well too. What's going on? What do they feel about that? Do they think Lizzo she's in some hot water? Is it something you think she can go ahead and get by and resume her career right at this point in time right now? You know, she's got a few allegations against her. She's going to be pretty much sued and stuff by the actual people that she once worked for her. So it's one of those things. Original, I see you got your hand up as well too. So go ahead and unmute your mic, Original.
Yeah, this thing with, I don't like Lizzo because, see, again, she does all this degenerate stuff under the auspices. I think she's Caribbean or whatever, but like they do a lot of this stuff under the auspices of being black, and then we have to go out there and fend off all of this stuff. But see, my issue primarily is with those 3 girls. I'm like, now they said that she made. I don't doubt that she did it, because see, when you link up with these people and you express that you want to be as degenerate and low down as they are, then
Original, sound like you went in the Matrix for a second, but go ahead, you got it.
But there is no way that you're gonna tell me that I got to do something that I don't want to do. These are grown women, and if they allow her to force them to do something, then they deserve what they got too. Because this stuff is crazy. Because there was a guy here in the Metro Atlanta area where he was like in his 40s. I think he went back to school or he joined a fraternity. And this 40-year-old man allowed these guys to beat him with a paddle on his butt. I'm like, if you ain't got no more damn sense than that, then you deserve that. These are adult women, and they was, well, I was afraid. I ain't never been that afraid. You come with me with some crazy stuff like that, first of all, I'm gonna beat the hell out of you, and then I'm walking away. And I'm gonna dare you to call the police. There's no, I believe she did it because she had started doing all this old crazy degenerate stuff, and now it has caught up with her. And this just me. I don't care what happened to her. She's on her own. I really don't care because of all the other stuff that she has done. So I'll say that in our land.
All right, thank you, Original. Like I say, it just caught it caught in the national news the other day. It's been all online. It's been on some of the major news outlets as well too. When I saw it, I was on vacation. I'm like, damn, what in the world is going on here? But she's gonna have to she's gonna have to have a good law team to beat these charges right here. You're right. Like you got grown people, like you grown, no one can force you or make you do anything. Like, so I'm with you on that right there, original. Like, yeah, she can suggest it and she can hold your employment over your head, and then when that happens, that's when people can go ahead and sue people as well too. But yeah, she can't force you to do what you don't want to do. So let me go ahead and get to Stephanie. Stephanie, let me hear your take on the on a Lizzo situation, if you don't mind. Or you can talk about Jamie Foxx. I definitely want to get people to come up here and speak on both Lizzo or Jamie Foxx. I know we talked about Jamie, so I want to hear some people. I just want to hear what people think about the Lizzo situation as well, too. Go ahead, Stephanie.
Okay, sorry, I had left out some stuff, but as far as Lizzo's concerned, I really was never really a big fan of her. I always rooted for her because I wanted her to do right. So when she started, showing her behind and stuff like that, I was like, okay, no, I can't put my hat behind somebody like that. If she wants to make a public spectacle or make herself into the mammy, with the scarf and the dress on, that's on her. The only person that's looking bad is her. She don't represent me. She don't represent none of the women in here or that opposes it. And if people want to continue to support it, that's on them. But I just see her going down in flames real fast unless she gets hire some really good PR publicists and they can repair her image, and she needs to tone it down a whole lot. But I don't support it. And, once celebrities like that, she's still young, she's 32. I'm not making up any excuses for her. But, once they get a taste of that Hollywood, it's like everything is they're just totally different. They just lose it, I wish her the best. I just don't like what she's doing. And I hope this is a lesson to her to change her ways, That's all I can say about that. As far as Jennifer Aniston, she's getting the dragging that she deserves. And I'm very happy about that. Thank you.
Thank you as well, too. Let me read a comment off of YouTube real quick from Nightfall. Guys, make sure if you're on YouTube, you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and like it, share it, leave a comment as well, too. For those up in the space, if you guys have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, Newstoter YouTube channel, I forgot to actually put that link in the Jumbotron tonight, but you got to forgive me. I'm just trying to get it back together. I was on vacation for a little minute, so definitely trying to get everything straightened out. But shout out to everybody coming up in the space as well, too. We're not going to keep the space open too much longer. If there's something people want to come up here and talk and conversate about, we will definitely keep it open. But if not, we understand it's a Sunday. A lot of people got to get up and go to work tomorrow, got family, this and that or whatever. So like I said, we ain't going to keep it open too much longer unless people want to actually come up here and conversate. Nightfall says, I bet within the next 5 years, Lizzo will have an embarrassing sex tape come out. And why now? Is it possible her handlers are trying to paint her in the corner she can't get out of so that Lizzo forever stays in line? Never really thought about it like that. I don't really know any of Lizzo. I'm not into her music, anything like that. But for anybody in the space that can answer, when she first came out, because when I started seeing Lizzo online and on TV and everything else, she was always known for her antics, like the outfits and coming out the clothes and pretty much being naked, playing the flute and everything like that. When she first initially came out, was she always naked like that as well too? Was she more covered up? Was she, like I said, I don't know a whole lot about her actual music career. Like I said, I just know from seeing her on TV and the performances, and of course the infamous Laker game where she had her whole backside out exposed and she got the thong on, and people were pretty much cool with that. Nobody had an issue with her wearing a thong or whatever. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know much about it. Like, has she always, used the antics of pretty much being naked to go ahead and further her career? I know she was saying that she would never body shame anybody because she's been body shamed or whatever. However body shame she is, she definitely doesn't have an issue taking her clothes off. But she'd take her clothes off in a heartbeat and start playing. I remember when Tina Turner died, I guess she did a little tribute to Tina Turner, and she was on stage and she started like stripping and taking her clothes off and this and that. So I was like, okay, But like I say, I'm not a Lizzo fan. I will be keeping my eyes glued. Like from the article we read, she has the same attorney that Chris Brown and Bill Cosby had, and some other folks as well too. This is where her attorneys and her PR team and everybody's going to come into handy. She's going to have to get everybody, get her ducks in a row and everything else because she has a significant legal battle coming up against her. So I don't really know much about what's going to happen, but we will definitely stay on it. I saw it was trending big time on Twitter last week when I got a chance to check out Twitter. It was trending big time and it was trending nationally, and she was the actual Lizzo was the actual main story on one of the news cycles, definitely in terms of entertainment, but news as well too. So definitely worth keeping your eyes on everybody as well too. I see Ray's up in the spot. What's up, Ray? What's up? What's up? I see a few of our people up in here. That's a sunny, nice space, man. It's kind of slow. Like I said, we trying to work my way back into it. Let me read what Nightfall's got on here as well. He said, although this makes me wonder about Lizzo, why would she be so hard to body shame someone when isn't she the same person that was crying on social media about people doing it to doing the same thing to her? And I agree with you. Like I said, yeah, because I know she's big on the there's something about the body shaming and this and that as well too. So I don't. I, I find it kind of hard to believe that type that she would actually body shame. Now the other stuff, I can't say, and I can't say that either. But yeah, she's been pretty adamant about the body and this and that or whatever. So why would she actually go out and body shame someone? I guess you never really know what's going on as well either. So definitely, Professor, what you think about this Lizzo situation? Like I said, we ain't gonna keep the space open too much longer. If anybody wants to say something, they can come and say something because we're gonna probably go ahead and close it out in a second. Professor, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I always just wonder what does Lizzo's name mean? It seems like it might have a meaning behind it. That name Lizzo. Like maybe she got a lizard tongue or something like that. I just wonder what it really means. She kind of cute to be as big as she is. I like some big women. So.
No, she's not. She's not a bad. She's not a bad looking woman. Like Lizzo's not ugly, anything like that. She's a big woman, but she's not an ugly woman.
No, she's definitely not ugly at all, man. That's what I said, man. That Lizzo, see, I think it's got a great meaning behind it somewhere there. That Lizzo, short for lizard tongue. That's what I believe what it is. That's about the greatest thing Lizzo is going to be for us. Well, she's not one of us anyway. But nevertheless, the sister, a sister of another group that is a non-FBA sister. She's not bad looking. I just say that about her. I don't know what to make of the allegations. It's hard to know with situations like this who's telling the truth. Could it be that these young ladies might be mad at her about something? Could it be that there might be some jealousy involved? Could it be that Lizzo, maybe she did do some of this stuff or all of it? I don't know. But one thing I guess you can say about Lizzo, she's always been about supporting BBW women, or maybe BBW / plus size. I think that's how they do it now. BBW / plus size women. She seems to be really supportive of that. And so I guess you can give her a shout out for that. The allegations against her, that's to be determined, I guess. But like I said, I just got to find out what that name means. What is it behind Lizzo? So I'm going to be researching that, y'all. Now, y'all can carry on with the allegations, but I'm going to research the Lizzo name, okay? See if that means like lizard tongue or something like that. I'm going to land right there.
And Professor, I know because I didn't get a chance to look at that video, but I do want to do an actual space on that video with that brawl that took place as well too. So if you get a chance, send me that video, DM me, send me that video because I want to go ahead and touch up on that in the space tomorrow night if possible. We can go ahead and try to go ahead and add that as one of the topics for tomorrow night. I want to have a space with a couple topics, and I definitely want that to be one as well too. So definitely, I was busy and saw you sent something DM, but I didn't get a chance to look at it. Like I said, I just got back in town yesterday night actually. I've been just trying to run around and do stuff as well too. So definitely send me that because I want to go ahead and have a space on that. I also, man, I messed around and put a poll out, and I should have put the poll up in the actual jumbotron as well too because you got a bunch of stuff going on with this Eminem thing and people talking about Eminem and Eminem making comments about that basically he came into the house of hip hop and made it into a mansion. So we got a little bit of Elvis Presley. We got a little bit of stuff going on. I've been responding to a bunch of folks today online and stuff sitting up here trying to tell me that he made hip hop global. Like, so we may have to go ahead and discuss that tonight, tomorrow night as well too. Like he made it global and he came into the foundation, he built on it and this and that. And it's always anytime a black person creates something like we always got to have this white savior or whatever. So now he's like, even though he set up and he said that it was artists better than him and stuff like that, all of a sudden, and I respect to Eminem. Eminem is a good rapper. I'm not taking anything away from him. He's got skills. I mean, but to sit up here and act like, I mean, my man walked into a multi-billion-dollar industry. Let's not act like this was some kind of you had brothers on the corner drinking and singing music around a fire and a drum or something like that. You're talking about a major multi-billion-dollar industry. He happened to get with a million dollar producer, and he took off. And shout out to him. He took his shot and he made the most of it as well too. But all this nonsense. So yeah, we're gonna have a space on. I want to have a space on the actual tomorrow.
I agree.
Yeah, tomorrow we
I agree with that, man.
we got to have a space tomorrow night, man. I'm letting everybody know beforehand. We're gonna have a space on that brawl down there. We're gonna have a space also on the this thing with Eminem, and I got another topic too as well. I want to throw in there. So yeah, because like I said, I've been having white boys and white girls all day sitting up here telling me about, like I say, shout out to him. Even black ones, a lot of black ones sitting up here as well too. I had a black dude telling me that Eminem was lyrically too much for Tupac and Ice Cube, and that that they were good average rappers. They were good basic rappers, but Eminem was on a certain level or whatever. And At Nightfall, I hear you say to an extent, M might be right, but M didn't say that the people, well, I guess he said about the house being a mansion, but nah, you don't walk into a multi-billion-dollar industry and you're not walking into a 1,500 square house or something like that, a square foot house. You walked into a mansion, bro. Now, if you want to say you added another room to that mansion, fine, but you walked into a multi-billion-dollar industry. You didn't create a damn thing. And I know he said he didn't create it, but nah, bro. The only reason you are what you are because black people validated you, from Dr. Dre to the black crowd that validated you. And like I said, I don't even want to get up on this because I'm gonna touch up on this tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we're gonna touch up on this because I'm not buying rap music now, but I sure was buying in the late 90s or whatever. So let's stop the nonsense right here. Like, I don't even want to touch up because I'm gonna save that for tomorrow night because we're gonna have an action-packed Monday night. We coming back in full effect or whatever. Like I said, this was a Sunday night space, and I had been away for about a week now, so I want to come back and jump back into it. So that's why we did the space tonight. But yeah, we tomorrow night, the brawl. What was that in Alabama? Your neck of the woods, wasn't it, Professor? I'm not Professor.
Yeah, right here, right there.
Riverfront or something like that. Was it Riverfront?
Yeah, it was the Riverfront where they normally play the so-called baseball games. At Montgomery, or I should say, Alabama has, I guess you could say, a minor league team here right there in Montgomery, the Biscuits, as they like to call themselves, and they play right there at what they call the Riverfront Stadium. So that's where all of this took place at. They have a riverfront where they have this big old boat that comes through where you can get on it. You pay a certain amount of money to ride on this boat. It goes up and down the Alabama River, and that's where all of this action took place at. And so it has a racial component to it, everybody. I just want y'all to understand, because most of you have seen the video. It has a racial component to it, because you saw where a black security guard was jumped by 5 to 6 white males.
Don't even go too far into it, Professor, because we'll touch up. We'll touch up on that tomorrow. Like yeah, we'll hit all that. We're gonna do like I said, we're gonna touch up on the riverfront. We're gonna touch up also on the Eminem being a guest, and I need to put that. Let me put that in the jumbotron real quick too, man, because y'all can go ahead and vote on this. And I'm gonna read the actual poll as well too. It says, "Is Eminem a guest in hip hop?" So far, we got 537 votes. 77% of folks say yes, 20% say no, 1% says maybe, 1% says not sure. So is he a guest? I say yes, absolutely. He is a guest. He's a guest, and anybody else up in here that ain't black is a guest up in hip hop. So he's a guest. And no disrespect to Eminem. Eminem is a talent, and I'll give him his due. But yes, he is a guest in the actual hip hop realm. I thought I put it up in the jumbotron. Sometimes I don't know what's up with these jumbotrons either, man. It has a mind of its own. But let me see if it should be up in there. Sometimes it's a delay with it as well too. So we're gonna definitely touch up on that. Okay, I did. It's up in there twice, so it actually didn't go through the first time. But yeah, like I say, guys, we're gonna touch up on that tomorrow night. We're gonna touch up on the Eminem and the Riverfront Brawl. And we're gonna also touch up on the a lot of things been going on with the Obamas. People questioning. I want to do that too about the Obama sexuality, because people keep talking about they talking about. And I know Dana had a space today, and I didn't have a chance. I wanted to go into that space, but they were talking about was Obama the first gay president. But when I say about Obama sexuality, I want to touch up on that as well as actual because people keep sitting up here calling Michelle Obama Michael too. So that has been. Yahoo had an article a while ago on that, and a lot of people, especially conspiracy online and stuff, keep calling the woman a man and this and that as well too. So, that may be one of the topics as well that we're gonna cover as well too. So, that Nightfall says he's as much a guest as Tiger Woods and golf. Hell yeah, he's as much a guest. Hell, he's as much a guest as Charlie Pride was in country music, and black people played a major part in damn country music and everything else as well too. Even though they're not gonna tell you that, but yeah, damn right he's a guest. Like I say, he's a skilled guest, but he's a guest nonetheless. Go ahead, Ray. What's going on tonight?
What's going on, y'all? And I was, I'll save it for tomorrow, but I also want to make the argument he's also probably the most protected guest in hip hop. And as far as Michelle Obama, which I'll touch on this tomorrow too, and I'll make sure I repeat it. That whole conspiracy about her being called Michael and all this other stuff, it comes from, I believe, back in 2012 when there was a man, he was on the Joint Chiefs of Staff for the U.S. Navy. His name was Michael Mullins, and Michael Mullins was retiring, and Obama was at the ceremony. Obviously, you're talking about 4-star admirals, so he was going by the first name. He mentioned something about, hey, Michael, and people heard that and obviously took that and ran, thinking that he mistakenly called Michelle Obama Michael.
All right, appreciate that, Ray. Appreciate that. Anybody real quick? And Professor, I just saw that you sent the actual full text, so I'll go ahead and just definitely take a look at that. So yeah, y'all, we're gonna definitely come through tomorrow night, man. The space we're gonna have it's gonna be topic heavy, so we'll definitely be ready Monday night to do what we got to do. So anybody else that wants to say something, shout out 400. I see you came up here. I don't know if you want to get something in real quick. Shout out to my girl, Miss Lisa. I see Lisa always, and Lisa is a subscriber, Newstoter subscriber. Lisa always is retweeting out the spaces as well too. So shout out to my girl Lisa. Like I know Lisa gonna always tweet out the space. Like so, I that's like a given right there. So shout out to you, Lisa. 400. What's going on with you tonight, man? You want to get it in?
What's going on, family? Appreciate your own space. So much good things were said tonight. I was agreeing with everything. I just wanted to, reiterate what some of y'all were saying. Like if Jamie Foxx got to apologize, all the people with the small hats who control that industry, who've been poisoning our community from years and years and back. They owe us reparation, and they need to apologize for everything they don't put out. They say they control everything. They've been controlling this drill music, this bad part of hip hop. So they need to apologize. If Jamie Foxx or anyone else got to apologize. And I'll land right there.
All right, 400. Appreciate that. Ray, go ahead and get it in. So yeah, definitely. Like I said, y'all make sure and check and in the Jumbotron, we got the actual poll up in there, y'all. On the left hand side is the last two of the actual poll, the Eminem poll about is he a guest. Make sure y'all go ahead and respond to the actual poll and also retweet it as well too. So if you want to leave a comment, definitely leave a comment, like it, and go ahead and retweet it out as well too, and give us your honest opinion. If you think Eminem is a guest, or you may think that he's not a guest, then go ahead and put that up in there as well. But like I say, that definitely tomorrow night, that's going to be one of the key topics as well too. So let me go ahead and go ahead, Ray, and get it.
I'm gonna be really quick because obviously I've been in and out of the space, but from what I read from Jamie Foxx's statement, they're trying to say that he's anti-Semitic, but saying the word they. Is that what I'm understanding?
I think it's a they in the simple fact that he's talking about Jesus and they killed him as well. And you've always had that. You've always heard people always, when they say they killed Jesus, people, I guess they always align that with you talking about Jewish people as well too. When they talk about that Jesus was killed by people, it's always the Jewish people always have always said, people blame them for the death of Jesus as well too. So it's always been that.
Well, that is a hell of a reach right there. That's all I wanted to ask, brother. That's a hell of a reach.
Yeah, and it was Jennifer Aniston, dumbass, that came and started, and giving traction to this as well too. She had nothing else better to do with her day other than to start some crap up. So, this man, like I said, this man's been fighting health issues and everything else. And she trots her Susan ass up here and starts a bunch of mess. And then they sitting up here talking about what requirements might be of him that he made, what requirements of assignments that he made. Assignments. Like, dude, like you're not talking to no third grader here. Like, that's what, like original say, that's the time and place you do have to kind of man up and like, hey, look, you can kiss my ass. Like, I didn't do anything. I wasn't talking about y'all. There's no requirements. There are no assignments. I'm going home. I got this man's dealing with health issues and everything else and was in rehab and he's just not coming out. And you talk about no requirements and no assignments. Dude, I'm a grown man here. First off, I wasn't talking about that. Y'all blew smoke into it. Somebody put her up to go ahead and do this dumb crap as well too. She didn't just do this on her own. She went ahead and she was put up to do it by somebody, one of her handlers. They went ahead and told, okay, well, this is what you're gonna do, Jennifer. So hell no. Ain't no requirements or no assignments. And just that quick, they talk about what he's gonna have to do to the ADL. What in the world? Stephanie summed it up best. So it's going to be Shakedown City. This man is going to be forced to go ahead and apologize, be humble. He already's apologized, forced to apologize, and then cough up some money to one of your organization's charities. But I guarantee you, because I had that post with Sarah Silverman that had something like almost 500,000 views or whatever when she was in blackface. Ain't nobody requires Sarah Silverman to go ahead and pay money to one of these black nonprofits, anything like that, and apologize to the black people, like original say with Howard Stern and any of the rest of them. You see, now when they do stuff like that, well, that's just in good humor. We're just having fun. We're just fun in here. This is all within the spirit of comedy. You can sit up here and talk like that or whatever. But notice you don't see people even when they having these conversations about or when they're having comedy, you don't see people sitting up here making a whole bunch of jokes about the Jewish community because they're not gonna allow that. They're gonna like, well, that's going beyond comedy as well, too. So go ahead, Stephanie, you got it.
I just want to say with Jennifer Aniston, she hasn't had work in about 20 years since Friends been going off television. So she's looking for another check from Hollywood because the most roles she'll probably get nowadays is probably somebody's grandmother. So she's going to take what she can get. Freaking desperate hoe. That's why Brad Pitt left her for a younger model. Oops.
Yeah.
That's it.
She don't have anything else to do with her time as well too. What's up, Ray? Go ahead.
I'll be real quick. I was gonna ask if you consider the space on the fight because obviously everyone was talking about Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford fighting, and now our sister Clarissa Shields is considering fighting men.
Yeah, I'm not even entertaining what Clarissa Shields is talking about. She needs to go ahead and sit down and stop it because she can't beat any of these guys up here. This is not even. I'm not even entertaining. Now the Spence fight would have been, and I saw that fight live, and the Spence fight would have been worth definitely having a space on that night. Of course, the fight went off with 12 something. It went off. I wasn't gonna do no space. I was watching it or whatever. So, but that would have been a good night to actually have a space. But yeah, I hear Clarissa Shields talking this nonsense, and that's just for attention because they're not going to sanction that. I mean, unless she was fighting a 90-pound dude or something like that, they're not going to sanction her fight no damn world class level man, and that's just ridiculous. That's just for attention. So I she's great at what she does. She has skill. She's got notoriety. That it's no point of even bringing something up like that when they've already charted the power of men and women and stuff. Especially talking about professionally trained athletes and individuals who are boxers, and that's all they've been doing is training for 15 years and stuff like that. It's not worth her getting seriously hurt. It's a lose-lose situation for a man. If he goes out there and he hurts her, and he beats her, whatever, he had no business accepting the fight. If he goes out there and he loses, he is totally finished. So that I'm not even entertaining that. Like that is just that's complete nonsense. Now I see Nightfall says if Clarissa is so hot for female combat, she should join WWE and fight Ronda Rousey, or go to something like that, or just stick to what you're doing. Like if you want to elevate yourself, or you want to go MMA style, do something like that. But no man is sitting up here. I mean, that has more than 2 or 3 brain cells in his head. I wouldn't even entertain it. I wouldn't, it's nothing to even talk about because even a guy that she may outweigh by 30, 40 pounds still hits harder than her. It's not the fact that she doesn't have skills and that she doesn't have speed and accuracy. It's the fact that she's not going to be able to take the actual shot of one of these guys hitting her in her body or upside her head. So I'm not even entertaining it. It is complete nonsense. It's foolishness. It'll never happen, nor should it ever happen as well either. It's just not a good look. It's not a good thing. Boxing is already struggling in terms of ratings and everything else. And that's the last thing you need to see is a bunch of women outside picking it with signs talking about how cruel you were for even allowing this fight to take place. So no boxer promoter worth his salt would even, go ahead and put a fight like this together unless she was fighting somebody that was like 80 years old that was a former boxer on the side that had dementia or something like that. That is just ridiculous. She needs to go ahead and sit down and stop it. Go ahead, Original. You got it.
Yeah, Newstoter, see, you can tell what type of women she hang around with. Because, see, years ago, these crazy feminists, they was going around saying that they should be allowed to join, like, the special forces, right, in the military. So they said, well, but this is really not designed for women. And so, they kicked up a big fuss and went on and on. And so they said, okay, come on in. So they let them in. They could not get through the training. And so then they were like, well, maybe you could. No, there is no changing the training so that you can pass. Either you can get through this training or you cannot. And so, anybody with sense know that basically, there are some women there are some women out there that would do come in and out, But on average, women cannot compete with men. I mean that's just the way society is. They cannot compete with a man. And when that happened with the special forces, it's like give it up. Men and women were not designed to do the same thing. So, if you don't understand that, then those are some psychological issues that you got to deal with, not anyone else. That right there is their problem. So I just want to say that because they go ahead and they say this stuff and they want to jump on everything that men do, and then but when they can't, you know, they don't have the muster to do what the men do, then they want to start complaining about it. And I'll land on that.
Yeah, her husband, her boyfriend, her father, her uncle, her cousin, brother, somebody should go ahead, friend, should go ahead and sit her down and tell her to stop it. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, you're not, no, nobody's going to sanction this fight. You have it's one thing if you talk about just fighting a layman off the street, an actual person off the street, a man off the street who had no skill or training or something like that. Yeah, that might be different. But you talk about sitting up here in the same profession, fighting a man that trains just like you train, and you're gonna actually get up in here. No, that's not gonna happen. I heard that, and nobody's paying her any attention. And if you actually saw some of the comments, everybody's telling her to sit down. Like, you need to go ahead and sit down. Like this. Now we're just looking for attention. We just jockeying for attention, and we want to be in the limelight. Absolutely. And there are a lot of men off the street with no training would beat her. Let's be for real. Yeah, there are plenty of men off the street that she would beat, but there are men that's off the street that have never boxed a day in their life, the same size as her, would beat her. Yeah, she would be faster than them and quicker, but the minute they land and connect, she'd be in real trouble. So, let alone somebody who can actually fight, who's actually a real boxer. Because, like they say, you play football, you play basketball, but nobody plays boxing. Boxing, you don't play boxing, you don't play martial arts, straight up. You can play basketball, baseball, softball. You can play a number of sports. You can play soccer. Nobody plays boxing. Go ahead, 400. You got it.
Yeah, I think I used to do a little bit of MMA back in the day, and then sometimes the promoters, they'll gas you up and try to get you to go way beyond your limit just so they can get a bag. You know what I'm saying? And she probably running with that. Another thing, Eminem, that's a pop rapper. You don't have no hip hop song by itself that you can listen to in the club. Like, he's just a pop rapper. So, and one last thing, when you do hold that space about the family, and I think it was Alabama, if they need like some money donated, I'm with it. Let's get it going. And I'll land now.
All right, appreciate that 400. Like I said, I'm not gonna down Eminem. Like I said, I'll leave that for tomorrow night as well too. I give the man credit for his skills, but we'll go in on that tomorrow night, everybody. I see my girl Rella up in the space as well too. So shout out to Rella. What's up with you, Miss Rella? I see you up in the space, but yeah, I'm not gonna because I'm gonna save that for tomorrow night. Because like I said, there's a bunch of people coming that've been coming at me upset. You're racist. You're racist. And Eminem he's the greatest. I'm like, yeah, okay. Eminem is good, but like I said, I don't even want to get into that tonight. We'll handle that tomorrow night or whatever. That's why I put the poll, and the poll will be up in the Jumbotron tomorrow night as well too. So y'all make sure if y'all have not voted, not only vote, but go ahead and retweet it out to your followers so they can vote as well too, man. We had like 537 votes. I think I created that poll late last night. Got a couple days left on it as well too. So definitely go ahead. It's up in the Jumbotron right now. Make sure you guys vote on that poll as well. So what's up, DJ? I know you've been ghost for most of the space. I know you had some stuff to do. What's going on? You there, DJ? Right. I'm not sure if DJ's there. Go ahead, Professor.
Hey, I just want to say briefly to everybody, I want you to look at this profile picture that I have up right now, and this will give you an idea how, well, and of course this is for tomorrow night, by the way, but I just want to give you an idea what the black unity can really do. Because that guy that you see in that picture right there with that chair, that's an old school black dude. That's not a young black guy doing it. That's an older black American that was out there fighting today too. I mean, yesterday. So we had older black Americans, young black Americans, middle-aged black Americans. It was just pure unity out there in Montgomery yesterday, y'all. So this is just give you an idea of what black people can do when we're unified on all fronts. So look at that picture, and you see that's an older black man doing that right there. He put the chair on the white man.
Yeah, that's what's up. DJ, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You already know I'm outside getting it, man. So, yeah, fuck some shady. I know it ain't the show ain't about him. We'll get on him tomorrow. You know, he learned all his skills from black people. You already know. So, just to speak to the Jamie Foxx situation, hey, you can't be anti-Semitic when we the Shemitic ones. We the Semites, you know what I'm saying? We the original folks from Israel and all this other stuff. Who the hell is these Jewish people? You know what I'm saying? Ish meaning a copy of the original. So, good night, folks. Newstoter up.
Yeah, that's what's up, y'all. And on that note, that sounds like a good way to end the space, guys. So tomorrow night,
What you laughing at?
that's a good way to end it for the night, guys. So we'll be back tomorrow night, man. Y'all definitely check us out, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the usual time. So shout out to the co-hosts and the listeners, the speakers as well, too, guys. Check us out tomorrow night. Retweet the actual notifications as well, too, guys. So we'll see y'all tomorrow night. Everybody have a good Sunday.
Fuck Eminem, nigga.